David Beckham and Sir Alex's flying shoe. David Beckham's career at Manchester United is always associated with the flying shoe of Sir Alex. However, that incident has turned the English midfielder into a global icon. Below is an anecdote about David Beckham found in Chapter 5 of Sir Alex Ferguson's autobiography. Beckham is like my son, because I watched him grow up with Ryan Giggs and Paul Scholes. The child from London joined Man United in July 1991. In just 1 year, he became part of the 1992 generation, winning the FA Cup of young players along with Nicky Butt, Gary Neville and Ryan Giggs. He played 394 first-team games and scored 85 goals, including a masterpiece from the middle of the pitch against Wimbledon, a goal that introduced him to the world. The flying shoe incident. I have no problem with Beckham. I like him. I think he's a great guy. However, you shouldn't give up on things that you're really good at. During the last season at Manchester United, we noticed that Beckham's activity intensity decreased. We've also heard rumours of a connection between him and Real Madrid. The problem is that he is not performing as much as he did in previous years. However, it was not until the FA Cup 5th round match in February 2003 when Manchester United lost 2-0 to Arsenal. The confrontation between us took place. Beckham's mistake was not backing off to support the defence in a situation that led to Arsenal's second goal, scored by Sylvain Wiltord. He was just walking and Wiltord was easy to pass. I scolded Beckham after the game, but he opposed my criticism. Perhaps he doesn't think that there is a need to step back into defence, a quality that has made an important part in his name. He sat almost 4 metres away from me, and between us were shoes lined up. Beckham swore. I approached him, and as I walked, I kicked the shoe. It hit the upper part of his eye. Immediately, he got up and was about to charge me, but the other players stopped him in time. "Sit down," I shouted. "You've disappointed the team. You can say whatever you want." The next day I called him over to watch the tapes again, and he still won't admit his mistake. He didn't even say a word while listening to me. "Do you understand what we're talking about and why we have to?" I asked. He didn't even answer. The next day, the story appeared in the papers. I told the management that Beckham had to go. Management board understands me. The moment a Manchester United player puts himself on top of the coach is when he has to leave. I used to say, when the coach loses power, then there is no more club. The players will run it, and you will be in big trouble. Beckham thinks he's older than Alex Ferguson. I'm sure he thought so. It doesn't matter what the name of the coach is, whether it's Alex Ferguson or the plumber Peter. Power is the decisive thing. You cannot let an authorised player control the dressing room. Many people will have tried, but at Manchester United, power is in the hands of the coach. He had to set his own death ring. Football is behind entertainment and trade-offs. Sometimes you have to take something away from someone so that they can see how they need it. When Beckham came to the US to join LA Galaxy, I believe he is beginning to realise he's just lost an important part of his career. He trained with unbelievable intensity to regain his best fitness during the peak period, showing a much greater enthusiasm to play than his last time at Manchester United. Beckham didn't have a lot of options when he left Real Madrid for the MLS in 2007. I imagine he was aiming to develop a career in Hollywood during the period after his football split. There was no professional reason for him to come to America. He gave up on top football, even though he then fought to return to England. That proved my opinion in his later stage of disappointment. When I retired at Manchester United in May 2013, Giggs and Scholes were still there, and Beckham was gone for 10 years. On June the 18th, 2003, we informed the stock exchange that Beckham would join Real Madrid for $24.5 million. This news quickly spread around the world. It was one of the club's global moments. Beckham is the only player I've ever coached to have chosen fame to set a known goal outside of football. Beckham sought sympathy from fans, however that meant he directly attacked me. The deal to Real Madrid was conducted quickly. According to the information we have, the representatives of Beckham and Real Madrid have negotiated with each other. They first contacted Manchester United directly in mid-May, after the season ended. CEO Peter Kenyon called me and announced Real Madrid officially asked to buy Beckham. Fine, I said. That's what we've been expecting. We would like to receive 25 million. I was on vacation in France then and Peter called me. I was having dinner at the time with film director Jim Sheridan, who owns the apartment right above the restaurant. I need to talk privately. Talk in my house, Jim suggested. I insist to Peter. He's not going anywhere until we get 25 million. The truth is we got 18 million pounds and the rest was a surcharge. Beckham started to change at 22 or 23 years old. He makes decisions that make it impossible for himself to be a great player. I'm really disappointed. There was no enmity, only the disappointment I showed him. Boring. I kept looking at Beckham and just wanted to say, "Son, what are you doing?" When he joined Manchester United, Beckham was a boy with bright eyes and a passion for football. When he was 16, he never left the practice room or stopped practicing. He loves soccer and is happy in his dream of playing soccer. Then suddenly, David gave up everything for a new career, a new way of life. From another perspective, it would be absurd to say that Beckham took the wrong path. He's extremely rich. He became an icon. Everyone copied his style, but I'm a man of football and I cannot imagine you giving up football for anything. Everything changed for Beckham because he wanted to change. His eyes have left the ball. Sadly, Beckham was able to stay with Manchester United until the day I left. He can become one of Manchester United's greatest legends. The only thing that makes Beckham a legend at LA Galaxy is his iconic status. At some point in his life, maybe Beckham had to say to himself, "I made a mistake." In LA, perhaps Beckham imagined Hollywood would be the next destination in his life. I think he has a complete purpose and maybe a plan. That aside, you must admire Beckham's toughness. He surprised me, surprised everyone at Manchester United. Whatever he chooses to pursue, he'll persevere to the end.